Hello, Lost People. It's Dave with Lost Farms Homestead. We're at the homestead in town right now. I'm in the back room right now. I'm getting ready to do some work for the bottle wall panels for the back bathroom and the shower that we're working on. It's really hot today. Here, look at this. I'm looking at about 110 right now back here, and it is very hot. So this is what I've got right now. I got the forms set up right here. I gotta build the forms, right? And I got some nails here for that. These are the same ones that I used before. I just pulled them out and straightened them. I might need to get some new ones, but I'm gonna try to use these first. And then I got all the bottles that I'm gonna need for this particular panel. I got a table this time, and I set up the plastic on here so that I can do it out here and do it at level, so I'm not crouching down the whole time, because that sucked. Also this time I got a heat knife for the styrofoam, for the foam insulation, so that I'm not trying to cut it with a box knife. I figure I get a better cut and it won't fall apart, hopefully. And a Sharpie to line everything out. I got these stands right here to hold it up. And these are actually normally upright, and they're about 3.5 inches. So what I've done is I bent them all down and set them so that they're here. Let me show you. Here, like this, so that they're 2 inches. So you can see all of them are right about 2 inches ish. So, and I set them all up that way. So hopefully, when I place them in there, hopefully they'll hold the foam insulation 2 inches up from the ground, so that I can pour onto the top of it with the concrete. If you're not understanding some of the things that I'm saying, I'll go through it in a little more detail in a minute. Also, you can go back and look at one of the previous videos. I don't remember exactly which one it is, but it's the one where I did the panel window as a sample on the inside window back there, where I built the shelf for the soap and everything. So anyways, here I got this, and then also I've got the concrete here, so I can mix it here. I'm gonna bring it up on the table once I clear this out and get all of this stuff set in here. So, and then I got the foam insulation. So also I have the layout right here. So these actually these correspond to which bottles those are there, because I went through and we've got back here, I've got a whole stack of bottles out here that we've already cut. So I just pulled from those and brought them in here, and when I counted them, I marked them so that I knew which ones were which. So I need a form that is 2 3/4 wide and 1 7 5/16 long, and then I'm going to place these bottles in here and set it up so that I can cut the parts out with the heat knife. So man, it is hot in here. Whew. So and I might open this up, see if I can get some airflow in here. Yeah, that helps a little. I got this fan going here. It's blowing out. It's blowing the hot air out, but this seems, yeah, it's not much better. But anyways, okay, so yeah, the heat knife calls for you to have some ventilation anyways, because you're going to be melting foam and it's going to put off some chemical. So I just need to make sure that none of the animals get out, because I don't want them getting outside. So, well, the cats anyways, the dogs are fine. But okay, all right, so I'm going to build the form, and then I'm going to cut the foam, and then start laying the bottles out on the foam, and then cut them out with the heat knife, and then place them in there over the top of the these spacers here, over the top of that, and place them all in there. And once I get it all set up, then we'll take a look at it before I set the concrete in it. So I'm gonna get this going, so stick around. Thanks. got the frame built here. I got this cut out, ready to go. So I need to set these up, arrange them on there, trace around them, and then cut them with the hot knife, which is around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. So one of the things that I learned the last time that I did this is that cutting this foam with a box knife is very messy. You get a bunch of the white foam stuff, all of this stuff all over the place when you do it that way. I had it everywhere last time and it kind of sucked and was a real pain to get cleaned up. So I do find that making a straight cut with a box knife isn't too bad. I got a little bit around, but it's not so bad. I can clean that up. That's not a big deal. But it saves me from having to deal with the hot knife on that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line out these bottles, put them down on here, and then trace around them so I can get the shapes that I need to cut out with the hot knife. And then once that's set, then I'm going to cut it out with the hot knife. So that's where I'm headed. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so I'm gonna get this thing going, so stick around. Thanks. So that hot knife worked really well. That was very good. Got these cut out nice and clean cuts, easy, super easy. Note to self, better ventilation when using that. It got smoky in here. Oh man, that's nasty. But I got the fan going again, so we're set up. I'm airing it out in here. Wasn't too bad. I mean, it sucked, but it wasn't too bad. So, but I got these all placed in here. So this is looking good. That looks like it's going to be a really nice panel. See, the cuts were almost perfect in there. And I've got two of these. I got one on either side, and they're holding it up so that it won't go down. And that should be sufficient to hold the foam in place when I put the concrete in there. It should be sufficient to hold it, I believe. So I'll just put these two out of the way and continue. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up on the table, and I'm going to mix a batch of concrete and fill in all of these cracks around here, fill it right up to the edge, and then we're going to let that cure, and then probably later tonight, after it's hard enough that I can roll it, I'm going to flip it over and pour the other side full of concrete. So the idea is we have 6 inches of bottle. The bottles are 6 inches deep. So the idea is that we put the foam, it's a 1 inch thick foam right here, 1 inch thick. So if we put it 2 inches up from the bottom, and then 1 inch of foam, and then we got about 2 inches of concrete. It's more like 2.5, almost 3, but that's okay. So we got 3 inches of concrete, 1 inch of foam, and then we flip it over and we get 2 inches of foam on the other side. Then that's kind of pretty much what I'm looking for. So yeah, this is looking real good. I'm happy with it right now. So, and this worked out a lot better than the first time. The first time I had a lot of problems with it, and this went really well. So one of the other things that I noticed, when I do stuff like this, I have a tendency to get in a bit of a hurry, and yeah, it's difficult to do things when you're in a hurry, and you mess things up, and yeah, so I just need to relax and slow down and take my time and get it done. So not be in so much of a hurry. So all right, I'm gonna wrap this up and get the concrete going. So stick around. Thanks. So I've got the first side of this done right here. You can see I've got it all in there set, and it's all good to go. So once this cures, I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side and let that cure, and then that'll be one part of the panels that are going into the shower. I've looked at the bottles that we have, and we only have enough bottles to do 6 panels. We were going to do 9, So we only have enough to do 6, so I'm gonna have to bring that wall up a little bit in the bottom, and I'll just put drywall over it and then put that rock wall in there, and we'll just put tile in there over it and it'll be fine. So anyways, all right, that's where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna let this cure and I'll come back to it later, so stick around. Thanks. Alright, so it's the next day.
Oh, Geico, are you
I'm
okay?
out here, look at. So, if you guys haven't seen the turkey for a while, she's grown up a little bit. Birdie, birdie. Yeah, she's good. Good bird. But, anyways, so that's the turkey. She's just chilling outside the kennel for a little bit. There's the other ones, they're doing pretty good. Almost big enough to go in the coop with the others. So, and this is our all of our potted plants. They seem to be doing pretty good. We got this one's coming back here at the bottom. So we got this one as an apricot right here and the tree, but this, whatever that is coming from below the graft, and typically you want to cut those off so that everything goes to the main tree. But I think we're gonna let it grow and see what it is. It might be like a peach or some other kind of a tree. We might have 2 different fruits off of this. That'd be kind of cool. I'm okay with that. We're gonna see what it turns into. So anyways, and then here's the other ones. So they're doing pretty good, coming back, doing a lot better.
Everything's bouncing back.
Yeah, everything's bouncing back once we got it into containers. So we got a moringa right here. This guy just started. He's not very old at all. And we just threw that in there to see what would happen. But it popped up. And then we got all this other. I mean, I could go through and tell you what everything is, but we've been through it once before. So, I mean, it's pretty much everything. All of the plants. They're doing much better here. So, yeah.
There's a baby in there.
Yeah, oh, and there's a little one down there. So,
Propagated, not propagated.
yeah, so we're pretty happy about that. It is very hot out here right now, but I'm coming out here to water the garden, and we got the birds are doing good. We got this little solar panel that goes to some fans down in there. I don't know if you can see those, but we got fans and a cooling pond for them in here. And then I got some frozen fruit. You can see I just gave them a chunk of frozen honeydew right there they've been pecking at. So, but they're doing okay. We've only lost 2 this year. They have slowed down laying, so they don't lay as many eggs as they used to. They have slowed down on that, but they're doing pretty good right now, considering as hot as it is right now. And we're in the worst of it, so it should start to slow down. The heat should start to get not as bad. So what I've done out here for the garden, sorry about that, is I've set up 2 hoses. So I got a splitter on here from this, and I got one that I set up to go to a soaker hose. And I've got a soaker hose underneath of the tomatoes out here that runs through underneath, and that waters the tomatoes pretty good. So I can turn that on and let that run while I'm watering everything else out here. So I've been having a problem with the quail. The quail have been getting in here. So you can see where they're digging out underneath of all the plants trying to cool off in here, but when they're doing it, they're destroying my plants. You can see they're suffering for it, and that's not good. So what I've done is, and you can see also here where the shade cloth has been torn up by the wind a little bit. I got it's kind of sagging a little bit. I'm gonna come out here with some wood planking, and I'm gonna run the wood and then put screws in it to hold it in place, and that'll hold it so that it doesn't do that. I kind of just had it stapled, and I knew that the staples weren't going to hold. It was a temporary thing. I just haven't had a chance to get back out here. It's really hot and I haven't had time, but I'm gonna get to it and I'll get this stuff all put back, so it'll be fine. But anyways, so this is what I've done. I have installed this guy, and hopefully this can keep the quail out. I'm hoping it'll scare them so they don't get up in there. So yeah, and you can see here, that's the soaker hose running. So it does pretty good back here. I'm good with it. I do give it a little bit extra because I'm not out here for very long with it, but this is the corn right here and the beans. And you can see the beans are doing pretty good in here, especially considering the heat. A couple of them have died. I got these guys here. That's dead. So I think once I get the corn doing a little bit better, I'm gonna come out here and replant some more beans, and hopefully they'll take off and do better. But I do have this one's doing good. I think this is the cave bean, the 1500-year-old cave bean. I think that's what that is. I'm not sure. But yeah, you can see here, I got one here that's growing, but it's not doing very good. I think the birds are tearing them up. Yeah, they've got this all trashed in here, the stupid birds. That's very annoying. But anyways, and then I got the peppers here, and they're a little worse for wear right now. I need to get some water on them. And I got the eggplant right here is doing okay. So they're looking a little pecked, but they're good. They're alive. So, and I've been keeping them in water. They're doing pretty good. We did move the ghost apple that was over here, so there's a hole where the apple was. We pulled that one, but this guy's doing okay right here. It's getting a little burned up in the heat, but it's okay for now. I don't want to move it unless I have to. So if it starts stunting or getting a little more burned up, then we're going to pull it. But it looks like, I mean, so you can see it's got new growth right there. And it seems to be doing okay. I mean, I'm not sure what the yellow is. I gotta check into that. It might be bad. I'm not sure, but it is popping new growth everywhere. So this one doesn't seem to be struggling as bad as the others. So anyways, I'm gonna check that and see. Here, let me grab this. See if I need to do something different with it. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to zoom you into my face right there. I'm gonna see what that is, and if I need to, I'll move it. So anyways, all right, I'm gonna get some water on these plants out here, and once I get them watered and set up, then I'll head back inside and we'll finish up that panel for the bathroom. So stick around. Thanks.
What?
Nice turkey man.
Doesn't everybody walk around with a turkey? Oh, Geico. You don't want it? Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I got everything watered out here. Here, look at this. It's looking like it's about to rain right now. We got cloudy skies all right here. And then over here you can see it just gets dark right there. That is a really big storm. And it's headed right to us, so I watered just in case, and mostly because the sun wasn't directly on everything, so it won't get burned up from the water.
Like your face, huh? You got
Yeah.
sunburn.
Did she get burned?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. She's struggling a little. Okay, anyways. All right, so I'm wrapped up out here. So
Apparently you're scary.
that's probably the camera. She's camera shy. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up out here and get inside, and then we're gonna finish that panel, and we will go from there. So stick around.
Probably do another one.
Thanks. So I've got everything handled outside, and we are going to get back to this now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the camera over here, and then Hope and I are going to flip this thing over, and then I'm going to mix up another batch of concrete and fill in the cracks on the bottom. So yeah, stick around. Thanks. So after flipping this over, I found that the foam insulation had been pushed down a lot farther than I had expected. I need to, in the future, I need to make the holes smaller so that they're tighter around the bottles so that it doesn't sink. Or I need to figure out a way to better brace it so that it doesn't go down. Because on the ends where I had it, so you can see where I had it braced right here, it stayed where it was supposed to, but the middle came down, and so I got thickness all the way through, which it's not a big deal. That just means that it's going to be solid with concrete when I fill the rest of it over here, because I'm going to put the rest of it in and fill it. Oh man, look at that. That might be a problem, because now my form is wider than it's supposed to be, and I hope that fits. That might be a problem when I go to stick it in the hole. It might not fit well. That wasn't supposed to come out like that. I'll figure it out. Hopefully it doesn't make a problem. Looks like it came out in a couple of spots here. Like it kind of creeped a little bit. These two are good. Right there and right here it kind of came out. So I hope I didn't blow those dimensions on the ends. I might have on the width, which that's a problem because the width is the one that I can't control. The height I can adjust if I need to. The width I cannot because it goes in between the studs. So I'll check it when it's finished. I'll check it and see where it's at. And I might have to sand the edge or scrape the edge down in order to make it fit. Hopefully I don't. We'll see what happens. Alright, I'm going to clean this up and fill in the top of this with concrete and then let it cure. So, stick around. Thanks. So I have finished the back of this right now. That's what I got. And I'm gonna call that good for now. And I'll break it out of the form later on this week, probably tomorrow after it's cured. We need to cut some more bottles so that we can finish the other panels like this. This is just one. We need 6. So I need to figure out a better way to do the foam so I can keep it from pushing all the way through. And once I get all of that worked out, then we'll be able to finish the rest of these. Right now it's a learning process, so this one's going to be one of the funky ones. Hopefully it's not too bad or noticeable when it's finished, but I need to figure out a better way to do the others. So if this one's better than the last one that I did, it worked out better. I think I'm finding the issues, the problems, and working through them. I think maybe what I need to do, I think I need to be using screws instead of nails. I tried to do it with nails because I thought nails would be easier to, you know, assemble and disassemble, but it doesn't seem like they're holding very well, so I think I might need to use screws for that. So that'll take care of that problem. And then I just need to figure out how I can brace the foam from underneath so that it doesn't collapse through. I thought about just putting like rocks down in there or something, but I'd have to find something that stacks up the proper height, and I can just pull them out afterwards. So I don't know, I had a couple ideas, but yeah, so this is where I'm at right now. I'm gonna call this good and wrap it up for now. So thanks for watching our video. Like and subscribe. See you next week.
Bye.
Alright, so what are we doing right now?
We're having a tea testing thing to see which teas we like.
Gotcha. Which teas we like. Which tea are you doing right now?
Berry Blast, caffeine free.
Show me. Nice. Okay. From what is that? The Whistling Kettle
in New York.
Gotcha. Alright. So we're trying that one right now. And have we tried these yet?
No.
Those are the ones we're going to try.
So we got a bit of a stack going on here.
So these are the ones we've tried.
So, yeah. So these are all different tea companies. We got quite a collection going here.
Sorry.
So, but that's where we're at right now. And those are the ones we already tried.
We like. We don't like. She likes.
Okay. All right. So, gonna work our way through.
This is also the ones that you like are both these two.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is from Old Barrel Tea Company.
Gotcha.
You like those two.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Good enough. All right. So maybe I'll put a list in the description at the end of the video and show you which ones we liked and which ones we didn't.
And then primer's the same.
All right. Thanks.